You say you sit down right beside me.
I'm right beside you. She can't enter you.
Space.
I'm trying to win.
Hi guys. Hi. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, actually. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you are a regular, thank you for coming back to watch. Thank you for coming back to this channel. Happy New Year once again, guys. I know it's been a while, but don't worry, I'm back. It's a new year and I felt like, what's the best first video to give you guys? Then lessons that we have learned about each other. Okay, backstory, right? We're going to be married for 1 year in 2 days. From
2 days, tomorrow.
No, tomorrow. Okay.
Our first anniversary is tomorrow.
Yeah, and I just felt like, you know what, let's just share, you know, what we have learned, what marriage has taught us, or what we have learned as a result of being married to one another with you guys. And so that is what this video is about. So I have with me my
superstar Babs,
amicable husband.
Whatever that means.
Because I use English wrongly. Mr. Macaulay is here with me to share.
Yeah, the humble Babs.
Yeah, so let's start with you. Since you're the guest on my channel. Sorry, you.
Something I've learned. First one actually is dealing with women generally. I won't say dealing with my wife. Dealing with women generally has been something I've had to learn over the past few months. It's not like I grew up with a sister or something. So I think getting into marriage, it was kind of a new space for me. Having to live with a female being under the same roof, you get. Yeah.
So you live with your mom?
Yeah, but then it was a case of whatever she says we should do, we do. Like, we always followed her and everything. It's not different having someone live under the same roof as you, as equals. It's not, well, new space for me. Yeah. So I must say it's taking patience, of course. It's taking...
so what did you learn? Sorry, what did you learn? How did you learn to live with women?
One thing I know I've learned in that process is that you don't always speak to everything. Forget that you're the man of the household. You do not always speak to everything. And I think basically because I'm the kind of person that does not enjoy arguments. I don't enjoy war of words generally.
Yeah.
So I always feel like, okay, when something has been said, I should probably calm down and digest it first. And maybe now come back to that thing after, I don't know, maybe when my head is in a better space or something. So that has actually helped me to deal with. Once again, I will not say my wife. to deal with women generally, yeah. It's actually, it makes a lot of sense. Just most times keep quiet first. It applies to her also. She does the same thing also sometimes. Best thing is to keep quiet first and then come back to that thing after at least one of the heads is calm. When the both heads are not calm, don't speak. Just keep quiet.
Clash of titans.
So yes, that's what I've learned, and actually helped me. Even in my place of work, I think people have started to notice that whenever people are discussing and it's becoming something like a war of words, also I do the same thing. I just keep quiet, and it's what I've learned in marriage. I'm trying to apply in other places, and I must say it has helped me. Yeah.
And I remember when we first got married, like the first 3 months, is it 3 months or 4 months? Jesus, we were always doing war of words.
One person says one thing,
you know what I like?
tackle the person.
You say, no, that's not what I meant. But you said, and it was just like, you will just realize that, how did this thing just started from move the remote?
Most times we don't forget what the problem actually was.
Something very stupid. And I just like that you mentioned that, you know, we have learned, I mean, you learned that. I also did, I also applied that. The first thing that I learned is how to be patient. Jesus. I think that's one thing that I know, that if they wake me up from sleep, that in your 1 year of marriage, what did you learn? That's the first thing that comes to my head. Patience. I mean, first, because of how I grew up, like, being the first child from my own kind of family, I'm used to making decisions, like I don't even wait for them most of the time to tell me do this. I'm just used to making these decisions. I just like, okay, my sister needs books. The first thing that comes to my head is, how do I get money for the books? Not like my parents were poor, but I just always had that position where I always felt like I needed to fix things, like people are looking up to me. And it's worse because I'm also the first grandchild. So I have a lot of cousins that are always like, Auntie Esther, this, Auntie Esther. So I've just always been in that box where I needed to fix things. So when I entered marriage, there's some things that I just wanted my husband to do. And I'm like, Bob is not working or something. I just always expected him to, like, immediately I said Bob is not working, she just run outside. Run outside, get the socket, come back, fix it. I'm like, it's working. And I'm like, oh, thank you. But then I was like, socket is not working. First day, second day. And I understood that, of course, he was busy. There's no way he would have gotten sockets. I later understood that. Not that I understood at that point. But then I'll just be angry that, this guy, I've told him that this socket is not working since like 3 days ago. He has not fixed it till now. And, along the way, I just learned that sometimes I should just be patient. I should just learn to be patient. This is not how I grew up setting. It is now I'm living with somebody else that also grew up in a certain way. So he might not grow up fixing things in quotes, right? Or he might not exactly see the world the exact way I see the world. Yeah, so I just learned to be patient with things generally, even with words, right? Sometimes I would have like finished saying it, I was just like, oh my God, Jesus,
Good.
I'll have finished talking, I'll have blah, 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 blah. Then I'll now go back and realize that, remember that this guy is not your younger brother, he's actually your husband. You need to learn to be patient, and yeah, I think that's like the first thing I learned, being patient and, just knowing when to calm down, rethink what you want to ask or rethink what you want to say.
Kind of like think twice before you speak or before you act.
Speak, eh?
Before you speak or before you act, like you have to think twice.
Yeah. Think twice before you speak or before you act. For me, it was more before I act, yeah. So yeah, that's like the first thing.
I have one more thing I've learned. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know, growing up, we used to have these fathers that would just, in the evening, just sit down outside on the balcony and you just think they are taking breeze. They are not taking breeze. I've learned how to do that. Sometimes we just sit outside and I'm just thinking about God. Sometimes it's finances, sometimes it's having to put one or two things together in your head because, of course, you're the head of the family. You need to be able to make decisions, and sometimes you have to maybe think ahead and anticipate some things. And sometimes you just find me I'll just lay on the chair and I'm just thinking, okay, what calculation do I have to do now before this can happen?
But it's not me that is stressing you.
I'm not saying you stressed me. I didn't mention like, you at all in this story.
No, but it's just the two of us. You don't have children.
It's a family thing. Sometimes it's me. I may try to fix something about my own self. I don't make me start thinking because before when it was just me, decisions like that used to be easy because I feel like I make mistake, I move on. But now I can't just make mistakes. I have to be careful with decisions because if I make mistakes, it doesn't affect just me this time. It affects one other person and possibly cascades to other things. So usually there's more thinking to be done these days before I make decisions. So I think the second thing that I learned, and this one is kind of broad, but I'm going to try to narrow it down, is that 2 words are actually better than one. And what do I mean by that? I've realized that at least for the past 1 year, every time that we both agree on something or that we both put our mind to something, we always see great results. I don't even want to say positive, great, like massive results. Like I remember towards the end of last year,
you know, I wanted to quit the job that I was doing then. He was open to do a lot of things. Actually, you wanted to change your laptop, you wanted to we wanted to leave where we were staying then. There were just a list of things, and we're like, hey God, how are we going to like sort this out? You know. But I strongly believe that because we were both in sync on what we wanted to do. Like we
and we're
both
able to now come up with priorities.
Yes. So we prioritized. Do we need this now? No. Can we let this go? Yes. Can we, you know, that kind of thing? Because I strongly believe that if it was just me or if it was just you, we probably won't have achieved that much in that space of time. So yeah, 2 heads are actually better than 1. But that's if the 2 of you, if your heads are correct and you know, you just listen to each other. We've learned to listen more to one another.
So that's my 2 points. The things I've learned in marriage in the first 1 year.
I'm sure there are more, but like
there's actually more that's coming to my head, but let me just
say it now. Say it, then I can know.
I can't remember the one.
So I hope you enjoyed. That's the end. I hope you learned. My first video this year. I hope you learned something or a few things. Don't worry, guys. So I'm starting a series where I'm going to be inviting other guests to my channel. Don't worry, I'm starting shoots this week, so when the videos are ready, you're gonna be getting them. So stay tuned to this channel. I've changed, I've turned a new leaf, and this year this year you guys are actually going to get content. I actually have more resources now. So
but I was just going to say now that there were technical issues.
There were technical issues last year. A lot of technical issues.
And we sorted them now.
More sorted. So alright guys, bye.